Often there's a misconception to different degrees and to different subtleties that the appearance of what we might Buddha nature or clarity or enlightenment or wisdom, that it appears through doing something, that something about us is going to change, that we are going to be in one particular way now, and then by doing something, this Buddha nature is going to appear in the future. And the reason why we think this way is because we've been trained to think this way using our language in the West, uh, which is a dual language. There's always an I, a me, a he, a she doing something, going somewhere. We never speak in a non-dual way because the language prohibits it. But in the two key languages where all of these teachings spawn from, which is Sanskrit and Tibetan, there is no doer. It's a non-doer way of communicating. So when they speak of words like enlightenment, Buddhahood, Buddha nature, and so on and so forth, it's never referring to something happening to someone that's not already occurring concurrently. Right? So the example that I'll give, if you can think of a graphic illusion that you might have seen around Facebook or somewhere when you was at school or something. One typical one is a cube with a dot inside. And if you look at it long enough, the dot comes outside. There's also a very famous one of the old lady and then the young lady and the old man. So the old man's face switches into a young lady, and the same happens when you keep looking at it. And that is a very good example of actually how liberation occurs. Nothing changed to the image, nothing was added. Both qualities exist simultaneously. There is both the old man's face and the young woman. They are both in the same image. I wish I had one here because then I could share it with you. And it's just your perception of it changes. And in Tibetan, the expression of this is described as exhausting all faults and perfecting all qualities simultaneously. So the Buddha nature, the liberation, the freedom that is sought is also instantly found. It's concurrent and it's present in all circumstances. So it's never somewhere else. It's non-dual, which means it's not two, which means that if you perceive anger, that is also liberated wisdom. If you feel tired, that is also liberated wisdom. The appearance is the liberation. And how you begin to notice this, and I've said this many times and I'll keep saying it, you let it be as it is. You absolutely let it be as it is. That is the practice. Because this power to know, through which you are hearing these words, and you are seeing this screen, and perhaps hearing this dog bark. I'm not quite sure if you can, but whatever it is that you are perceiving, whatever it is that you are perceiving, what you are perceiving with is the simultaneous presence of Buddha nature. And the capacity to know outshines anything that can be known. We might have a thought that denies that, and we often do. And what happens is we squeeze our focus into one thing. And then when we do that, we become more focused on our descriptions. And then they overpower this openness and this freedom that's always present. And this is a very unusual way to describe our experience. If you are very focused on descriptions, but just look into your experience as it is. Just think about your day to day. Many things have been known. And where are they now? Where is their significance now? I was at a vegan festival today in Chiang Mai, and it was a really lovely time. And where is it now? The same knower that knew that knows this. The circumstances appear to change, so the description changes, but what's knowing it is completely stable, unchanging, and it's stainless. There is nothing today that I did today that has changed the nature of knowing. In the Tibetan teachings, they call it a line drawn through water. So you draw, it's so beautiful, you draw a line through water, and there's lots going on as the finger draws through the water, and then the finger ends, and the stability of the body of water remains unchanged and stainless. And in my own life, I have energy level fluctuations. I'm a diabetic, and I'm very well controlled now, but sometimes there can be shifts, and a certain type of tiredness can occur, but it doesn't change what I'm doing. I feel it now because I've been to this festival, but it's completely free. It doesn't change anything at all. So my point is that the liberation that's being sought is found. It's found with what's looking. It really is a cosmic joke. It's found in, as, and through what's looking. And then we just gain some familiarity and confidence with that. Now, I will add that it's so easy to forget this. And forget isn't really the right word, but that's the best one we've got. It feels like we forgot it as we're focusing on a particular thing. But it's more that we're not as familiar with our own nature as we could be by inquiring into it. And you can see that even the forgetting doesn't leave the realm of pure open awareness. It's just a label that appears within pure open awareness saying, I forgot awareness. Now, at the time, it really feels like you forgot. Oh, I forgot. But how could you have known? How could you know you forgot and forget at the same time? You'd have to not know. So it's always present. It's always available. It's always occurring simultaneously to whatever circumstances are going on. And this is why all circumstances in your life are perfect for awakening, because it's built in to the display. And the more you allow things to be as they are, and the more you inquire into your nature, the more this becomes apparent. Does this make sense? Is this registering with people?